Welcome, folks, to Crypto News Global. I'm your host, Nick Toka, and Bitcoin is bleeding red, and so is the crypto market. We are going to talk about the market crash and why Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, and XRP price are dropping today. Also, Standard Chartered Bank refocuses on $500,000 Bitcoin target after crypto Trump reserve announcement. Also, why March 7th could be a turning point for Bitcoin and the crypto market in 2025. We're also going to go through our market watch and crypto market analysis. All this and so much more on today's show. Welcome, folks, to Crypto News Global. I'm your host, Nick Toka. Today is March 3rd, 2025, and boy, oh boy, we've got blood red crypto industry all around. Bitcoin currently down 10%. It's like a seesaw, up one day, down the next, up one day, down the next. Let's see what happens tomorrow when the tariffs take place on Canada and Mexico. Let's get right into our market watch and Bitcoin technical analysis. We'll talk a bit more about why Bitcoin's down today. And let's flip right into our technical analysis, and we'll get into that a little further a little later. BTC 83,898, exactly 10% down. Ethereum down 15.5%, 2,066. Solana down 20%, $136. XRP down 19%, $2.28. Doge down 16%, 19 cents. Ouch. Let's check out the crypto bubbles to get a better perspective on what's happening in the market. And what's happening is red, 100%. Everything's in the red. Jasmy down 18%, Pepe down 20%, Litecoin down 18%. Everywhere I look, all I see is red. And what I do also notice is it's an even size bubble. We're not seeing one huge bubble, which, one would be down more than the others. They're all down about the same. Bubbles are all about the same size. Generally between 8 and 20%, and some even, look at here, looky, Trump coin down 24%, Bear down 23%, just Algorand 20%. Killer day in the market. We're going to get into that in just a little bit. Let's just finish up with our technical analysis. We have for the week about 80 something, maybe even 90% in the red. And the only gainers are HBAR up 16%, IP up 10%, Pi up 8%, Leo 8%, PLSX up 8%, ADA up 15%. But on the flip side, we've got a few, 30%, Rays down 29%, Sonic down 30%, Injective down 22%. LDO down 26%. Everything is being pounded in the past little while. And zooming out to the monthly, we have, again, about 90% in the red for the month, including Doge down 38%. Near Protocol down 35%. Everything I look at, it's dizzying. Theta 43%. Sheeb 30%. Jasmy 45%, Doge 38%, all in the negative. Let's check out the market cap. We currently have Bitcoin at $1.668 trillion, Ethereum at $250 billion, XRP $132 billion, Solana $69 billion, Doge $28 billion, Cardano $28 billion. Tron, just under 20 billion. And then Hedera way down at $10 billion. Checking out the market dominance, we have a total market cap of 2.71 trillion, with Bitcoin holding 61.6% of that. Ethereum down to 9.23%, XRP 4.9%, BNB 2.9%. Again, we're hitting extreme fear. We are currently a 15 in extreme fear. Yesterday was a 33 in fear. Last week was a 25 in fear. And we have approximately 1,135 days left until the next Bitcoin halving, with 163,791 blocks left to mine until that date. And of course, until the year 2140, when the last block will be mined, we've got 1,168,097 blocks left to mine, which means that we have currently in circulation 19,831,903. And if you're wondering, 2032 or 2033, we're going to have over 99% of all the Bitcoin mined by that year. Top assets by market cap, we have gold at 19.4 trillion, Apple at 3.5 trillion, Microsoft 2.8, Nvidia 2.7, Amazon 2.1 trillion, Google 2 trillion, even silver 1.8 trillion, Saudi Aramco 1.7 trillion. There's Bitcoin at 1.697 trillion, sitting back in the number 9 position again. And Facebook wraps up the top 10 at 1.659 trillion. And you can currently get 1,199 Satoshis for one fiat US dollar. Speaking of the US dollar, there are quite a few owing in the States. Exactly 36,551,471,000,000 and counting. That equals to 107,366 per U.S. citizen, or per taxpayer 323,047. So a lot owing and a lot going on in the markets. We're going to get right into that with a reasonable explanation as to why this is happening. So effectively, this is going on because the news of the crypto strategic reserve came out on a Sunday. So the financial markets, with their very limited hours, the banker hours, markets aren't open. So they're basically now catching up. So it's leaving a gap in the buy and sell, which we're going to get into a little deeper. So the crypto market crash, why Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, and XRP price are dropping today. Another crypto market crash has occurred, with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, and XRP price suffering significant declines today. No kidding. This development is due to several factors, including the CME gap, which the flagship crypto needs to fill below 90,000. We've definitely hit that. Crypto market cap data shows that another crypto market crash has occurred, with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, and XRP price dropping significantly. Crypto analyst Hardy revealed that the price decline is happening due to the CME gap. The analyst stated that the Bitcoin price already filled one at today's open between 93,500 and 92,700. He added that the flagship crypto needs to drop to 85,000 to fill another. Meanwhile, he noted that there's another CME gap at 77,000 that Bitcoin hasn't quite filled. And here's the chart. This is what I'm talking about with the weekend, the financial markets being off on the weekend. So effectively, there is this big gap here that needs to be filled to complete the chart in order for it to either fly or drop from that point on. Hardy also remarked that Bitcoin bears will fight to ensure that BTC fills all these CME gaps. As such, he stated that the quicker the flagship crypto fills them up, the quicker it can begin another upward trend. Crypto analyst Titan of Crypto also highlighted the CME futures gap between 92,000 and 85,700. He noted that traditionally BTC tends to fill these gaps. As such, the analyst had raised the possibility of a pullback before the next leg up, which is already happening. Altcoins like Ethereum, Doge, and XRP are dropping because they share a strong positive correlation with the flagship crypto and experience significant drops whenever BTC declines. CoinGlass data shows that the latest crypto market crash has led to the liquidation of over 213 million long positions in the last 4 hours. Meanwhile, short positions have taken a lesser hit, with just over 18 million in liquidations during this time frame. Mixed sentiments over the strategic reserve. Another reason we're seeing a dump today. U.S. President Donald Trump announced yesterday that the crypto strategic reserve would include altcoins such as Solana. Let me just change that word altcoin to shitcoins, such as Solana, Cardano, and XRP. This has sparked mixed sentiments over this crypto reserve, as market participants believed that the reserve would only include Bitcoin. Exactly. Although the crypto market rebounded following Trump's announcement, the mixed sentiment in the crypto market at the moment also looks to be contributing to the market crash, as market participants question the seriousness of the strategic reserve if it would include shitcoins. Meanwhile, stakeholders such as BitMEX co-founder Arthur Hayes have downplayed Trump's announcement. Hayes stated that there was nothing new in the announcement. He highlighted the role that the Congress has to play before the crypto reserve can become effective. It's also worth mentioning that Trump contributed to this crypto market crash by announcing the 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada would begin tomorrow. The president also reiterated plans to double the tariffs on China from 10% to 20%. Now, I do know that Mexico has agreed to get these tariffs alleviated. They agreed to implement a 10% tax on China, same way Trump has, and U.S. has agreed to not tariff Mexico because they're agreeing to this 10% thing, and they're trying to get Canada to agree as well. And I don't know, the Prime Minister is flying around Britain meeting kings and this non-critical things. I mean, look, he ran to see Zelensky in Britain and the European conference with all the fake politicians trying to find a solution for, fill the gap for the Zelensky-Trump argument, where I see that the Democratic reporters and broadcasters all around, and CNN, they're all playing this 10-second clip of Zelensky and Trump arguing when, I just need to ask this. Has anyone seen the full 45-minute interview? I have. Have you? So if you haven't, don't complain. You can't base everything on what you see in these clips that they have for 5 seconds on CNN and the local news, because they're all playing the exact same thing. But if you listen to the entire broadcasted interview, which is about 40 minutes, it paints a completely different picture. So all I can say is, folks, stop watching CNN. It's just a fake picture of what's happening in the world, and I don't trust those guys as far as I can throw a stick. What can I say? It's seems to be kind of a democratic fictional world right now all around, and the real people that are trying to save money, save lives, are being pegged as the crazy ones, when behind closed doors the real crazy ones are the ones that want to keep the wars going. And those are the Democrats, folks. Do a little research and you'll really see the light on what's happening. I think as a populace, the states are behind Trump. They're behind Elon, and they're happy about them trying to save money. Why wouldn't you be? They're happy about them trying to save lives and stop a war in Ukraine. Trump's the only one who's actually trying to do anything about that. Everybody else just wants the war to continue. Keep supplying more money and keep supplying more munitions. This is their plan. So just ridiculousness. So on a good note, there's still, in terms of Bitcoin, some people, including myself, that are still bullish. This is hopefully just a temporary downturn in the market, and once these CME gaps get filled, we hopefully will see another pump. I really would like to see this up and down yo-yo, and if you guys are the types that like to day trade, this is a day trading dream right now. So we'll see how many consecutive days this thing's going up and down by $10,000. So interesting. Let's get into our next story. Standard and Chartered Bank, also bullish, focuses on a $500,000 Bitcoin target after Trump crypto reserve announcement. Head of digital asset research says we have moved from selling rallies to buying dips. Just one day after U.S. President Donald Trump announced that Bitcoin is going to at the heart of a national strategic reserve, Standard Chartered Bank's head of digital assets research, Jeff Kendrick, stated that he is now refocusing on his $500,000 Bitcoin price target. We have moved from selling rallies to buying dips, Kendrick reportedly stated in an email. Speaking of, definitely another buy the dip opportunity right now as we speak. And hence, I refocus on my $500,000 Bitcoin target, Kendrick says. Given these developments, which align with our previous expectations, we continue to target Bitcoin to reach 200,000 by year end of 2025. Thereafter, we expect Bitcoin to reach 300,000 by end of 2026, 400 by the end of 2027, and 500 by the end of 2028, where it will likely remain until the end of 2029. See, I feel like the end of 29, so 2028 is the next Bitcoin halving, and then remain until the end of 2029. I feel like by the end of 2029, we're going to see a huge pump, continuing with these cycles, which seem to peak at around October, November, the year after the halving. Kendrick further discussed that Trump's embrace of Bitcoin in a strategic reserve could fuel individual states to also adopt Bitcoin reserves of their own and eventually hold as much Bitcoin as the federal government altogether. Van Eck's Matthew Siegel also recently put out a recent report on the potential accumulation of a Bitcoin by individual states, showcasing, if signed into law, the demand from these 20 plus strategic Bitcoin reserve bills from the states, individual states, could see states purchase over 242,000 Bitcoin. You can track the status of these bills here on Bitcoin Laws. And let's actually go to it. So, talk about orange pilled. Look at this map, guys. So, there's only California, not surprisingly. What's that? Nevada, up here, Seattle area, Idaho or Wyoming. There's a lot of orange here. There are 32 introduced states, 33 states it looks like, who are introducing or have introduced a bill to adopt Bitcoin as a strategic reserve. All across. It's the ones that have not are in the minority. Check out this map. This is interesting. I haven't seen this map before, and I'm amazed. Maine and Alaska, look at the outliers. They're the outliers for everything. But very, very interesting. And In terms of land mass, we've got about 90% of the land mass in the States at least posing a Bitcoin strategic reserve bill for the individual states. So amazing to see, amazing to read, and I feel like, as stated in that article, it might, now that Trump has announced a strategic reserve for the feds, maybe these individual states will now follow. I know that a couple were not passed. I think it was 3 that weren't passed a couple of weeks ago. But maybe now they're going to follow Trump's lead and actually pass these bills and start accumulating the biddy. Wouldn't that be nice? It would be smart for them to do. And they would become the richer states, and the ones in the black here would become the poor states, the late adopters and laggers. And you know what? Let them buy Bitcoin at $1 million, right? These smart places are going to be buying it at 85K, 90K. So this week has been, as mentioned, just an up and down turmoil, and not for the heart prone, issued, health hazardly people. There's been up and down and up and down, and what I can suggest is stay chilled, boys, and buy the fucking dip. You have to be strong in these situations, and remember that you're buying the biddy at a discount. You're getting it on sale. That's the way you have to look at it. Don't think that, oh my God, everybody's going to sell. So let's say you buy, at 83K. What's it at right now? We see 83.9. Okay, so you jump in at 83,500, which is a fairly good buy the dip opportunity, a very good buy the dip opportunity. And let's say we're going to be bearish and it drops to 75K, right? Buy the dip again. If it drops even more, let's say, okay, you're out of money, you bought the dip, you have no more money to buy any more dips. What do? You hodl, all right? When you looked at the last story, they're talking about the Bitcoin price $500,000, and currently the price is $85,000. So if you just hodl through all these dips, all these ups and downs, all these years, the experts, not me, the experts are calling for $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 Bitcoin by 28, 29. Max Kaiser's calling for 2.2 million Bitcoin this cycle. So you need balls of steel, and don't be afraid to buy the dip, because you're getting it on sale. If the price goes up tomorrow, you already made money. That's the way you need to look at it. You're making your profit when you buy. You're not making your profit when you sell. If you're buying it low, you immediately should be in a positive position. If you're buying it like everybody else, oh great, Bitcoin's at 100,000. Oh, it's time to buy it. I don't want to FOMO. I'm going to miss out. Well, then you're buying it on the high, and it's going to have to go up a lot more for you to make money. But if you're buying it on the low, I've said many times, buy on a red day, sell on a green day. And that goes for Bitcoin, that goes for all financial assets. It even goes with real estate. Buy in the middle of winter for real estate. No one's buying houses. In the middle of summer, though, there's price wars, right? Prices are high in spring, April, May, and historically, everybody's buying. They say if your house is still on the market after May 20th, you already missed it. You already missed the boat. People are buying houses, so that way they buy it before May. 2 or 3 months pass, bringing them into July. They move with their kids. They move into their new place. They are then able to get the kids settled for their new school, etc. But if you're buying in the middle of winter, prices are low. By the time spring comes, you already made a profit. So all financial assets, you want to basically buy the dip. Keep thinking in that. Have that mindset of buying the dip. And if you already own some, buy the dip, and you'll own some more. Even if it's a small amount, it eventually will all add up. There is the big announcement. Before the crypto reserve was announced yesterday, there was a crypto summit announced by Trump, the first ever crypto summit in the States, and that is going to be happening this Friday, March 7th. Could it be a turning point for Bitcoin and the crypto market in 2025? As Bitcoin prices gingerly climb uphill, not anymore, investors have their eyes peeled on March 7th, a date that could make or break crypto markets. Investors have their eyes glued on March 7th as a key date that could send the markets on a bigger rally or trigger a new bearish sentiment. Several high-profile events and announcements with seismic impact on Bitcoin prices are scheduled for March 7th, with the pendulum capable of swinging in any direction. Yeah, it's definitely swinging right now, boys. Past week, up and down like a seesaw, like a yo-yo. Key employment data and crypto summit on the same day. On March 7th, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics will be releasing key employment data to the public to ascertain the strength of the economy. Market participants are bracing for the release of non-farm payroll and unemployment rate data capable of sending the markets into a frenzy. I'll tell you right from now, I would be surprised if these are going to be shit numbers. Okay. Strong NFP data suggesting rising wages and low unemployment rates may reduce speculative interest on Bitcoin. Conversely, high unemployment and job losses may see crypto prices spike as investors ditch traditional assets. Apart from the highly anticipated data, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell is expected to give a speech. Sources say Powell's speech will revolve around near interest rate cuts as investors brace for impact. Finally, on March 7th, leading ecosystem players will attend the first ever White House Crypto Summit. The event will be the first in a series of summits designed to shape crypto policy in the U.S. While the Crypto Summit is expected to trigger positive sentiments, pundits expect the event to prop BTC's march to 150 grand. The rest of March will be eventual for Bitcoin prices. While investors look to March 7th, the month is littered with events that will have an impact on crypto prices. On March 6th, the CFTC will host its CEO forum with stablecoins in the futures market at the 4. The House Committee on Banking will mark up the stablecoin bill at a tentative date in March. Ahead of the markup, U.S. lawmakers have launched a bipartisan crypto caucus to collaborate on digital asset policies. Following the SEC dismissals of Kraken case, the commission is expected to hold a crypto industry roundtable in March. There is also speculation a nomination hearing date for Paul Atkins as SEC chair will be mooted in March. So, lots of things happening on this week. Lots of things happening on March 7th. We've got more importantly, we have the Crypto White House Summit. We have the U.S. Bureau of Labor Stats releasing the unemployment data. And we have the non-farm payroll also on Friday. Generally, that's toward the end of the close of the day. So we'll see how that all plays out. But right now, we're definitely talking a lot of up and down in the market. hold on for dear life, hodl. If you're able to buy the dip, definitely you want to buy the dip. It's a good time, and if the price goes down, buy the dip even more, and I think you'll be in a decent position. And folks, remember, money is abundant and money is everywhere. It's time that's scarce, so spend your time wisely. Spend less money than what you earn. Stop paying interest to the banks. If you suddenly start making more money, save more money. Don't start spending more money, and start saving when you're young. If you start saving when you're 18 or 20, you should be retired when you're 40 or 45. If you have a great idea, even if you're not ready, start today. Things will slowly move your way, and your progress might astound you, and you will feel better if you start today and fail rather than never start at all. You'll always have that regret in your mind. So if you have a great idea, even if you're not ready, start today, guys. I am on a bit of a mission to reach over 500 subscribers this year, and it is going to happen, folks. So please come around join the ride to over 500 subscribers. Get in early. And if you enjoyed this stream, please share, like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you on the next stream, folks. Thanks so much for joining.